Hello Simplifiers, Diana with Diana Simplifies here. How are you doing? I'm doing fantastic. I have some decluttering that I've been doing. I'm just surrounded by it. This was one of these all around the house type of declutters. I've mentioned before I'm in the Minimal Mom mentorship group, the MMM group. It is a paid group. I do pay to be in there, and it's been worth it for me because it took me maybe 6 months to kind of get to maintenance. It was even really a little bit less than that, but just to get everything pretty much to maintenance, it was probably about 6 or 7 months. So that all happened this year. I've been very, very happy to have simplified spaces. I've talked about Ranger's illness and his surgery and everything that's kind of progressed after that. And I've just been so thankful that things were simplified when that surgery came along. It just really, because the whole thing sort of threw me, I guess, for a loop. And so when you get thrown into kind of weird situations, you know that I help out with my parents some. So just all different sorts of situations. You know, I do things. I mean, I don't really do things with church. I'm going to church. I'm going to be working with children again this year in Bible study. And so when you have certain things going on, you just want your house to be easier to manage. And so that has finally happened. It's taken years and years and years for me to get to this point. So anyway, all that to say, we're doing something this week with that group called the All In Fall Relay, and I had thought I wasn't going to do it because I thought, yeah, I don't really have that much to do. I did manage to find everything on the list. Even today, I was like, I'm not going to get everything. There's just no way. So let me just show you the list. Now this is down at the bottom. Sorry, it does have the Minimal Mom on here. It kind of cut it off, but just know this is copyrighted, so don't take this and send it out to other people. This is a printable. It says it down here, it's very faint. But anyway, this is a printable from her group, so I'll just show it to you. I did have a little mess up right here. I had to white out something if you're wondering what that is. Okay, so the first thing, it's a relay. You could do a single relay or a team relay. I just chose single because it's just me. Okay, 10 pieces of clothing. This was my biggest struggle. It goes from 10 down to 1. So my biggest struggle was 10 pieces of clothing. I only had 5 about 30 minutes ago, and I finally scrounged up a few more. I asked my husband for some help with this, and he said, I didn't sign up for a relay. And I was like, gee, thanks. And Spencer throws away clothes almost every week because either his socks have a hole in it, or his jeans, everything he has tears up because of his work. So he does real physical work. So either his jean shorts are tearing up or his t-shirt has a hole or whatever. So he's constantly throwing away clothes, but he refused to give me anything today. So y'all just tell him how it is. I'm kidding. He's very sweet, but I was like, gee, thanks. Okay, so let's start with the clothing, what I did finally find, what I finally scrounged up at the very end. Okay, so I had some clothing set aside already, and I think I've shown this already, but it's still in the house. So for the purposes, not so much of this channel, but the purposes of this relay, these people don't know I had this stuff set aside. So otherwise, I wouldn't even have 10 pieces of clothing. I think I've showed this before. I'm going to ask my mom if she wants these sweaters, and I keep forgetting to take them to her. So I had, I think, 3 sweaters. Here's one. These sweaters are really nice, but I am so just hot-natured at this point. I just can't do sweaters. So I'm going to just see if she wants them. There's nothing wrong with them. I think she gave me all of them. So it's 3 sweaters, a dress. This was new. I pulled this out today. I pulled this out of my dresses. It's just too big. When I started, a lot of you know that my A1C was too high. I think it's better now. I haven't had it retested, but my fasting is much better. I test it every day unless I forget. But this dress is too big. I started exercising more and eating less junk, and this dress just barely fit as it was. So it's too big, and I'm not going to keep hanging on to it. I'm just going to keep stuff that fits at this point. And I bought it it's a really cute dress I bought I think at a Goodwill, and I got a great price on it, so I'm not really out anything. And then a jean jacket that I've kind of waffled back and forth that I want to get rid of it. I really don't wear it, so no reason to keep it. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this was where I got stumped. I had 5. So this sweater right here, I love this. But what's happened is this material, I guess is it spandex? Yeah, it's got some spandex, y'all. This is Faded Glory from way back. So it's rayon, polyester, and spandex. Remember Faded Glory? I loved Faded Glory. Love Faded Glory. Anyway, it's all stretched out. And so the sleeves are like this far past my hand, and it's all just bulky and too big. So it just looks tacky. So I decided to try it on because I thought it was too big. So that one is going. It won't fit a small, but it might fit a medium. I'm about to knock something over behind me. The same thing with this black sweater. It's a shorter sweater, but the same exact thing. Let's see. I don't think this is Danskin, which they sold a long time ago, but that's a Danskin sweater. Same exact thing. The arms are way too long. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. And then this is a hood with a really nice wool jacket, a rain jacket that I have, and I never use the hood. So as always, if it's raining, I have an umbrella, and I'm not going to use this hood. So I'll probably just throw that away. And then I've got a pair of hose. It doesn't look like this has ever been opened. Well, I guess maybe I opened from the bottom. I bet I did. I bet I opened from the bottom. Anyway, it's a pair of hose. I have a couple pairs of the George that I really like, so I'm keeping the George. I think I have 4 pairs. I have the George ones that I like. I do wear them in the winter because it's so cold. I'm really cold in the winter, but not in the summer. But not cold enough for sweaters. So I'm gonna get rid of that, and then I've got this one pair of black ones I'm getting rid of. These are. I just realized I did wear those, so I'm gonna put those in the trash. This will just be trash stuff. Okay, so that's the clothes. So that was 10 pieces of clothing. The next thing was 9 kitchen items, and we're gonna, if I don't forget, we're gonna go in the kitchen. I'm gonna show you what I ended up doing because I had just decluttered my kitchen. I've done a video on that. It was very, very long. Even after I edited it, it was 44 minutes, which is too long. I uploaded it, and then I took it back down, and I decided to break it into 2 parts. So if I ever decide to, I have to make myself sit down and edit it out to where it's, like 20 minutes each or whatever, 22 minutes or whatever. So it'll just be half and half because my videos, people don't watch more than about 3 minutes of my videos. I know the ones of you who are here all the time, you may watch the entire video, but the majority of people watch me for 3 minutes and click me off. So 3:30, something like that. 3.5 minutes, they click off. So those of you that have stayed more than 3.5 minutes, hello, it's 7 minutes. Most of you are gone at this point. But for the ones of you who stay, I appreciate you. But that's what my little YouTube analytics tell me, is that nobody watches me for more than about 3 minutes. So, like I said, those of you who stay, appreciate you. But what I ended up doing, because I didn't have anything in my kitchen at all. So and I needed 9 items. I was like, I'm just going to mark this one off. Then I'll start looking at my refrigerator. I had some stuff that needed to be thrown in the trash. So I'm going to take you in there and show you that. So let's skip to the next one. Hopefully I don't forget. Let's skip to the next one, which is 8 bathroom things. Okay, so I didn't have 8 things, I don't think, in my bathroom. I didn't look, but I've just decluttered in there. See, that's the problem. I've already decluttered everything, pretty much. That doesn't mean there's not trash and stuff that maybe an empty bottle here or there, almost empty or whatever, that I could throw away. But as far as just like 8 things in my bathroom, I don't think there's 8 things in there. So I went into Spencer's bathroom under the cabinet, which I really never declutter under there. Apparently I have never, because I wonder how old these are. Epsom salts, expired 105. So I haven't looked under there in a long time. Or when I did look, I didn't look very close. This is his poof. I just switched his poof out, so I'm gonna throw that one away. This is some old cleaner. Remember when they used to have Windex Touch Up? It's actually a kind of a cool cleaner. I just never used it. This is almost empty, scrubbing bubbles. Nothing wrong with scrubbing bubbles. It's almost empty. It hadn't been used in 100 years. Same thing with this, scrub-free, hadn't been used in 100 years. They're selling this scrub-free bathroom cleaner now, and it's probably the exact same thing at Dollar Tree, but it's about half this size. This is 38 fluid ounces. It's a lot smaller than that. So anyway, if you're interested in scrub-free products, they have them at Dollar Tree now, or they're rolling them out. If you may not see amateurs. This is Spick and Span, but I think I mixed up Dawn and something in here. It's probably Dawn and vinegar or something like that. So I'm just gonna throw that away because it's been in there forever. And then this is old hand soap that's almost used up. I'm just gonna get rid of that because it's been in there forever. Bleach has been in there forever. This is I think Spencer must have used it. It's almost empty. And this was just a cup with some random, like all these, like where are all these razors? Just throw the razors away. Razors and toothbrushes. I don't know if I used to take a bath in there. I don't know if that's something from when I was in there, but I haven't used that bathroom in years, so that kind of tells you. And then some random stuff in here. So a couple of soaps, a couple of tampons, some old meds. Those were really old, like from 05. And the only thing I'm going to keep in here, because we are still using these little cheap things. This is what Spencer's shower curtain is up with. So I'm just going to take these out real quick so I don't throw them away by accident. But I needed 8 bathroom things, and this ended up being more than 8. So anyway, that was a win all the way around. It's almost 8 just in this little bag right here. Between the, yeah, that's almost 8 there. I could have just used this bag. But anyway, I got all that out of there. I'll be sorry because we'll do another declutter and I'll be like, I don't have 1 bathroom thing. Okay, so 8 bathroom things. The next thing was 7 books, recipe books, magazines, or catalogs. Okay, as soon as a magazine or catalog comes in this house, it pretty much goes away. So we don't keep that stuff. Spencer, if we're on a list, he tries to get us off unless it's something, there might be 1 or 2 lists he stays on, but generally that stuff just goes. We just don't keep any of that. So I don't have a magazine to get rid of at this point in my life. I did buy this book. I talked about this recently, and I don't know if I uploaded. I record so much stuff that never uploads, but I bought this book, and I mentioned I needed to declutter it, but I held on to it. I am decluttering it now because I needed 7 books, and I don't have many books, as y'all know. These 2 books go to the church across the street, and they've been hanging around because I need to get them back to this church. I don't go there anymore. I haven't gone there in like, I don't know, 30 years, something like that, 28 years, something like that. But I would like to give them their books back. They were in my piano seat, the little seat that lifts up. They were in there. And they've just been hanging around. So they're still here, but I'm trying to remember when I see somebody from the church that has the key that I can, get in there. I may have mentioned this before, but it's still here, so I'm counting it. Because a lot of the stuff that I mentioned is still here. So I don't know if I said I needed to declutter it. I've got to find a place for it to go, to take it. Maybe I'll drop it off at the library. I also said the same thing about this book, and I didn't get rid of it, but it's going to go now. I'll go ahead and bag this stuff up and put it in my car, because on Wednesdays I go really close to the library where I like to give them my books for their book sale. And then somebody, I don't think I mentioned this already, somebody gave me, someone passed away and their relative had these Bibles, and this is New King James Version. What I didn't realize was this is a study Bible, but it's only the New Testament, and it probably says that. It says New Testament edition. That totally went past me. I didn't notice it said that. So I kept trying to use this, and I was like, where is, like today he was in Matthew, which was easy enough because that was at the front, but then when I just, of course, turned right to it, but he was just wanted you to go to look at Hebrews for a minute. And the way this Bible is, because it's a study Bible, it has pages and pages of stuff that aren't even scripture. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, like this. Who are these people? That has nothing to do with the scripture. I mean, it relates to the scripture, but if I'm just trying to thumb through here and find the book of the Bible I'm looking for, there's just a lot of extraneous pages. And after trying to use this a couple times, even though the pastor's in Matthew and I should be able to use this, after trying to do that a couple times, this has been a pain in the rear end. So I have Bibles and I don't need this Bible. So I'm just going to take that also to the book sale, to the library for their book sale, because I think they do it twice a year. So I just dropped it off. They weren't even there, and I dropped it off. I hope they appreciate that they weren't open, but when I passed by there anyway. And then this is, I go to Community Bible Study, and their books are really good. And this is Ephesians. I've gotten where I used to hang on to these and hang on to them, and I get to where I just don't do that anymore. So I've been through Ephesians already. I didn't even go to half the classes. I was not a very good student last year. And I've signed up to work with kids, and I'm scared about that because I wasn't at half the classes last year. And to sign up to work with the kids, you really need to be there. So let us all pray, if you're a praying person, that I'm actually going to make it to Bible study this year. Last year, it was like every time I needed to make a vet appointment, it was during this. And I told the lady, I said, listen, if I have to have a vet appointment, I can only go on certain days because of my work. He only works certain days, and if I have to go, I have to go. So she says she understands. We'll see. They're very, very short-handed. So right now she'll take anything she can get. But this, I'm just going to put that in the trash because it's used. This other stuff, like I said, this will go to the library, this stack, and then these 2 back to this church over here, hopefully, if I don't lose my mind. Okay, so it ended up being 7 books total. This was hard for me. 6 craft, toy, pet, or hobby items. I don't have crafts. I've gotten rid of just about every craft thing I had, I got rid of already. Toys, I don't have toys. I kept a few little kid toys, but they're just mine that I have displayed around here. I'm not getting rid of those. I don't do hobbies. I don't do crafts. I don't do hobbies. My hobbies are outdoors. So we watch birds. We love our birds. They're outdoors. I have nothing to throw away having to do with that. I don't have any gardening stuff to throw away. I don't do tons of gardening like I used to, but my nose is itching. But anyway, I used to do a lot of gardening, but there's nothing to throw away at this point. So, or give away. So what I had, if I can figure out where it is, here it is. I found a tiny amount of pet cat stuff. I've got some old dog beds I could get rid of, but honestly, Ranger still likes them. Sometimes I notice him using them. I'm just gonna wait till he's passed on, I think, to get rid of them. So, love you, Ranger. He's in bed right now. Not expecting you to pass on anytime soon. When you do, I'll get rid of those beds. Until then, I'm just not gonna worry about them, the fact that they're here, because every time I think, oh, I need to get rid of that bed, I see him laying in it. So it's like, okay, let's just keep it. So these are just little random things. I have 3, it's almost nothing. What did I need? 6, 3 acorns. They don't really play with them. I think I just got them thinking they play with them. They used to play with these little, what are these? Like sycamore balls, or I don't know. They're little, I call them sticker balls. I forget what this tree is called, but you probably know. This is just a piece of cardboard that I use as a toy. They don't want it. And then this is all fuzzy with cat hair. It's just, they don't play with this. So this is 6 things that are just going into the trash. But it checked the boxes, if you know what I mean. And then 5 pieces of decor for any season. I think I actually got more than 5. I went through my decor. I think I've talked about this before. I had this up. I didn't use it this year, so I'm just going to go ahead and let that go. This is just Dollar Tree stuff. This one is Dollar Tree. My niece gave it to me. I do not like hugging, and we live in the South. Everybody here hugs. If you're not from the South, maybe you don't get it, but this is hilarious. So she thought this was funny because it's cactus and it says free hugs. This is me. Don't touch me. Okay, and if I met you, I would hug you. But as far as just hugging all the time, down here in the South, everybody here hugs all the time. I don't really like to be touched. It's just, I don't know. Most of my family's like that. Well, especially my sister. My sister and I are really very hands-off. We'd like to talk to you, but we'd like to not touch you. So I'm not sure why we're like that, but it's just, my sister and I are not even that much alike, but that is one thing that we're like, we don't even hardly touch each other. It's very strange. Okay, and I admit it's strange. I had a couple of decor towels. I didn't really use any of my decor, hardly any of my decor towels, and so I'm just gonna get rid of them because, you know. And then I bought these at Dollar Tree and never used them, and then I don't even know why. I just thought, you know what, they don't even really fit my table. Well, I wish they sold bigger ones, but I guess just with the price, this is just the size they sell, and it really just doesn't, they're really cute, but they don't work that great. So I thought if I had people over, I might use them. I haven't had anybody. I mean, I bought these last year. So how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I only had to have 5 and I have 6. So 6 pieces of decor. And we're getting smaller and smaller. 4 pieces of linens. I had all these cloths. This was another thing I had set to the side I never got rid of. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The bells are ringing. 7 cloths. So that's my linens. That's my linens. I really don't have a lot of extra linens anymore. I don't have extra blankets. I don't have extra. I have a lot of throws, but I don't have tons of extra blankets or sheets, or I just don't have much of anything having to do with that anymore. 3 old cleaning supplies. I got this out of my kitchen. 2 old gloves. They're actually the same hand because this hand is always one gets torn up, my right hand, and then this one, they're just extras. So I kept 1 extra and getting rid of these. And then these sponges, I don't think I've ever even used them, so I'm just gonna give them away over there at the food pantry because there's nothing wrong with these. You could use them. So 3 old cleaning supplies. So I've got 4, 2 gloves and 2 sponges. 2 pairs of shoes. I've got one that they're not worn out, but they're just worn. You can see I've been wearing them, but I haven't worn them in 2 or 3 years. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of those. And then this one looks brand new. They just were not, they're super cute, but they weren't comfortable. So, and if you have small feet, you can wear Wonder Nation at Walmart. You can wear their tiny little kid shoes because these say they are size 5 and I wear a 6.5, usually a 7, and these fit me just fine. So just keep in mind they don't really look like kids shoes. They're very adorable. They just, they're not comfortable. I have foot problems. If you're having normal foot and you don't have plantar fasciitis, these would be fun. So I've had these for several years, never really worn them. I tried to wear them a couple times at church. It just did not work out. I just had to wear something with the arch support. Okay, so that was 2 pairs of shoes. And at the finish line, one more thing, something with wheels. I had talked about this a long time. I was getting rid of these. And then I needed to clean them off. They're still a little bit dirty, but they're clean enough. I'm getting rid of them now. So these are my old, these are from when I was a little girl, when I was a teenager. I still can wear them. We've actually gone skating in the past few years, but our skating rink closed. So that's why I'm getting rid of them. So those are my, what is it called? Roller Star by Roller Derby. Those are my Roller Derby skates. And I love them and I will miss them, but I don't need them. So I'm gonna stop the video and I'm gonna take you in the kitchen and show you what I'm getting rid of in there, because remember there were 9 kitchen items and it's all old food is what it is. So we'll just go over that really quick and then we'll be done. Okay, so this is what we have in the kitchen. I just finished off this. This is actually wasn't bad at all. Hang on a minute, let me get it. Where is it? Oh, I bought this organic. It was on clearance. I'm not even sure why they clearanced it out, but it was so yummy. But I just finished it off, but you can see it's hard to get it out of the nooks and the crannies. I tried. I did everything I could to get it out of there. This is a banana that's gone brown. I'm just going to probably throw it outside in case, I don't know, squirrels eat those or some kind of bird or something. I have 3 old kiwis that are just all shriveled up. I've got some cream cheese been in there way too long. This is something I carried with my lunch and it's just gross. I'm just going to throw that away. Old blueberries. I'll probably throw them out and see if the birds may want those. Well, the birds probably will want those. This was something, I can't find my finger to point. This was something that I made for casserole and I accidentally made twice as much as I needed. And because of Ranger's stomach problems and all that kind of stuff, I'd given him some and I thought, well, I'll hold on to it. I'll give him some. And then I forgot about it. So I gave him some and he did fine with it and he loved it. But I just forgot to finish giving it to him. So obviously I forgot to give it, but maybe once or twice because it's full. And then the peppercorn brown rice crackers, I've had those forever. The date's way past, but I had them in the fridge and they taste fine. There's nothing wrong with them. I just don't really like them. I mean, it's not even that I don't like them. I have stomach problems and they just don't really seem to agree with me. So I remember maybe 2 weeks ago trying them again. And I was like, you know what? I'm just done with these. I'm just going to throw them away. Just, you know, count, what is it when you just count your losses or whatever? Just not worried about my losses. I'm just not worried about it. Oh, and then one tiny little, it wasn't even a full end of the bread. I was thinking about giving it to Ranger and then I didn't give it to him. So anyway, that's all it was. Oh, and then one thing in the sink here, not the plates. But this right here was old chicken that I had not given to, I feed the cats and the dog chicken. And this has gone really rank and I need to throw it down the drain here because it smells terrible. I don't want to throw it in the yard because the dog will go eat it and it smells so bad. So anyway, that is it as far as the food. I forget now how many food items. What was it? Was it 9? I think it was 9 that I had to have. And this I think equals more than 9. It's maybe more like 10 or 11. So I did good, y'all. I did the entire relay. I'm shocked. I got the whole thing done. Love you guys. Talk to you next time.